Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're reacting to Nia the Proud Engine. So let's get started, shall we?
Years ago, Sir Charles Topham Hatt needed an engine to help Philip and Fergus with the extra work in the yards at Tidmouth. There were no spare engines on the mainland, and so Sir Charles had turned towards the surprise location of the continent of Africa. He reached out to some old contacts from Africa and was pointed to an engine called Nia, who was left abandoned in a siding. She was soon purchased, refitted to fit on the standard gauge tracks, and started to work with Fergus and Philip shunting around the yards. The two engines thought she was amazing. Nowadays, she works on the Normanby branch line with Arthur, Evan, and Edwin, pulling trucks and passengers. One day, the Fat Controller came to see her. Nia, I want you to go to Tidmouth to help out Fergus and Philip with the shunting. Yes, sir, peeped Nia. She was very excited. It had been years since she worked at Tidmouth, and she was looking forward to seeing her two friends again. But at the same time, she held some worries.
Oh dear. Once upon a time. Oh no. Hey! Oh, wait! Oh, this brings back memories. I love the books. I have a big book of Thomas and Friends stories, so. I agree with Henry. I don't like that one. Where he gets trapped in the tunnel. I never liked that one. Okay, I'm freaking out here. I'm freaking out here. Thomas and Friends has been around for such a long time. It's awesome. Oh, okay. That was an amazing movie. That was a good movie. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That was the best one. I'm sorry. You guys can hate at me all you want. I like the CGI version so much. I loved it so much. That one was my favorite. The Royal Engine was my favorite. That one was... No, I don't like that one. No, not that CGI. No. I don't like that one. 80 years? Whoa. So you've been telling me Thomas and Friends has been around for 80 years? Wow. I wasn't expecting that. It's been 80 years? Wow. I'm glad Thomas and Friends has been around that long. Honestly, it's brought in so many good memories to so many people. So yeah, that is awesome. I'm glad they've been around that long. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. But yeah, I don't like the newest CGI. I guess the only thing I would like about that CGI is Bruno the brake van. That's the only thing I like about it, is because he's autistic. I've kind of been wanting an autistic Thomas and Friends character, so I don't watch that series, but I just like the character Bruno. So if you don't like that I like that guy, then that's okay, I understand, but it's like, I just like Bruno because he's autistic, so. Because I don't think there was ever an autistic character in the original series until now. So to know they have an autistic character really makes me happy. But yeah, the CGI before that one, I like that one. But it's just me. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about Bruno the brake van? Let me know.
When she first came to the island of Sodor, some of the passengers weren't happy to see her. Why would the Fat Controller purchase a rust booker from Africa? One of them said.
Excuse me?
Are there any British engines to purchase? Said another one. But I am British built, Nia replied. But the passengers ignored her. Nia was confused.
Okay, see, this is what I don't understand. When Nia came into the show, yes, I didn't like that Henry and Edward were replaced by Nia and Rebecca, but I like them. Like, why the heck do you guys have to be mean to Nia? She did absolutely nothing wrong. I think she's a very sweet engine. I like her. Come on, you guys.
by the reaction she was getting and ignored it at first. But over the years, she was constantly on the receiving end of such abusive commentary and couldn't help but feel at her lowest ebb. She wanted to tell the other engines, but she felt they wouldn't be able to understand her feelings.
I want to give her a hug.
Said nothing about it at all.
I just want to give her a hug.
I love seeing my friends, but I don't want to go to Titmouse and face all that again. But I promised if I couldn't.
What Nia's feeling about not telling someone about what she's feeling, I feel like everybody goes through that. Like, even me. There's some things I don't want to tell my family if someone's treating me badly because I feel like they wouldn't understand. Guys, I really think that, you know, we've all been through what Nia's been through. Like, we go through something terrible. We don't want to say anything because we feel like they won't understand. So, but I feel like she should tell someone.
So I must go, she thought. At the big station, Nia shunted the coaches into the station and trucks into their proper sidings. Fergus and Philip were pleased to see her again, and when they had time, they began to catch up like old friends.
That's good.
Nia was very happy to have her friends by her side and enjoyed being with them. But at the station, things were still the same.
Oh no.
In their daughter's
sorry guys, give me a second.
Asked his wife
no,
to
I'm
donate
sorry,
their
I don't know what's
daughter's
going on
liver to his
here.
First loved son. When the wife
No, guys, I don't know what's
questioned
going
him,
on here.
he
Sorry.
yelled that their daughter couldn't compare to
Give me
his
a second.
first love.
I am sorry about all that, guys. Oh my goodness, that was funny. Okay, let's continue.
Things were still the same.
Oh no.
Look, it's that African rust bucket. What is she doing back here? Nia tried to ignore it, but more and more people were criticizing her for not being a British-built engine, even though she is. I hate this place, she sobbed to herself quietly.
I just want to give her a hug. Oh, poor Nia.
Philip overheard Nia's cries from a siding and pondered. What's the matter with Nia? Why is she saying she hates Tidmouth? He then rolled up alongside her. Nia, is something wrong? He asked. Nia sniffed through her tears. Oh, Philip, Tidmouth is... Oh, nothing.
Tell him.
Nothing. But I heard you earlier saying that you hate Tidmouth. Why is that? You won't understand, replied Nia crossly, and she puffed away to do other work. Philip was confused and hurt. I was only trying to help, he sighed.
Come on.
Nia felt bad for telling off Philip. She carried on with her work despite the many passengers still disparaging her and making fun of her livery. Why have those spots of color all over you? Just because you're African doesn't mean you have to shove it down our throats. This made Nia very cross. She hissed steam and she puffed away crossly.
Why are people being so mean to her? I like her paint job.
She spent the rest of the day bumping coaches and trucks hard, and as a result, they retaliated by making the engines' journeys as uncomfortable as possible.
Nia, talk to
Fergus saw
someone.
this and said, "This is not like you, Nia.
No.
You must do it right." "Be quiet, Fergus," Nia snapped. Fergus was shocked by the response. Later that day, Nia puffed into the shed feeling tired and unhappy.
I feel like
She saw her two friends and regretted her actions towards them, but felt too awkward to approach them. The two engines decided to leave her alone and went to sleep.
Oh, come on.
However, that night, a man came to the sheds with a bucket of paint.
Oh, no. Oh,
"My paint!" she cried. "Good," shouted the man. "Now you're just like the other engines." He laughed and ran away.
What the
"Come back
hell?"
here!" she shouted. Fergus and Philip were woken up by the commotion, and then they saw the splash paint and Nia crying. "Why is Tidmouth like this?" she wailed. "Nia, what happened?" they exclaimed. Nia knew that she couldn't hide
Tell
from it any
them.
longer. "There's a reason why I said I hated Tidmouth," she sniffed, and she told her friends about her experiences. "I have been suffering from it for years and tried my best to ignore them, but their words were too awful for me to handle. I wanted to tell you both, but I was afraid you wouldn't understand." Nia, replied Philip, if something is hurting you, we're right by your side. That's right, agreed Fergus. We're your friends through to the end. If something is bothering you, then we want you to know that you can always talk to us about it. We may not know the pain you're experiencing, but that doesn't mean that we won't stop at nothing to support you and put an end to it. Nia smiled. Thank you. Thank you. The next day, she was cleaned up and carried on with her work, full of confidence from the support of her two best friends. When she arrived back at the big station, the troublesome passengers were still berating her.
No.
But Nia, full of confidence, said, you may not like me for where I come from, but I am proud of who I am. If my African patterns make you feel uncomfortable, then you should grow up and realize acting with your attitude should be what makes you uncomfortable. Because your discriminatory attacks on who I am is deplorable and should never be tolerated on this railway or the other railway or any railway around the world. The group of troublesome passengers were cross. The other passengers agreed with Nia, and they told the troublemakers that the hurtful words were painful to hear over all these years. The troublesome passengers didn't say a word and simply left the station. And ever since that day, they haven't returned.
Ha!
Meanwhile, the man who smeared blue paint on Nia was arrested for vandalism. After seeing some of the passengers standing up for her, she began to have a new perspective about Titmouth and finally felt happy there. Ignorance from some of the passengers still lingers about, but Nia continues to stand up for herself, glad to know that she has goodwill people and friends by her side, always ready to support her.
That was a good story. Like, guys, let this show you. Like, this really shows us a lot. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Like, you have a right to stand up for yourself. And if you have a friend who's going through something and you can't possibly understand, like, let them know. Yeah, you may not understand what they're going through, but you're there to help them. Because that's what Nia learned. She didn't tell anyone like what was going on, but what she did, yeah, they may not have understood, but they supported her. So be there for your friends, and if there's something going on in your life that you feel like no one will understand, still talk to someone. Even if it's your parents or friends, talk to someone, because even though they don't understand, they're there to help you and support you. God bless everybody and have an awesome day.